outside. Yeah.
Kayla B. So I was looking at this video right here of King Von in the club with them lot on the night, and I was kind of looking into it and thinking to myself, why is Kayla dressed like that? Like, I don't know, and I was trying to come up with like an excuse why she may have been dressed like that, obviously with the situation that's going on. But I just still thought it was a bit odd and random. Like, if a normal person that don't know nothing about the situation looks at this video, you won't even be able to make out or tell who that person is. So I'm looking at this video and then I noticed Kayla B flirting with MuWop. As you can see in this bit, she is flirting with MuWop. She's putting the phone in his face, and when I look at Kayla B and like from watching her lives and everything, that's the kind of impression I get from Kayla. She's a very flirty person. That's just her nature. There is some people like that, extremely flirty, extremely smiley and bubbly, and there is some people with that kind of personality. So here is her flirting with MuWop, and I don't even find this odd. I feel like that's the kind of person she is, and especially around boys, and that's why I don't even find this odd, because there's just people like that with this kind of personality, and it doesn't matter who they're talking to, who it is, they are literally the same with you. So Chris Summers is behind her. So I started looking into Chris Summers. Then I remember the manager saying that King Von was with a whole nother person that night, and putting two and two together, him and Chris Summer messed around before. So I'm assuming that he was there with Chris Summer that night. And then I started thinking this backstabbing stuff runs deep, because they were all friends, Asian Doll, Kayla B, Chris Summer, all of them. And then Kayla, I don't know, it comes across to me like this: Kayla didn't like Asian Doll so much that she got a girl for Von, and I think she knew about Chris Summers and Von's relationship, and it was something to do with her not liking Asian Doll, because remember they said that Kayla B never liked none of King Von's girlfriends. So I'm kind of getting the feeling that she probably might have instigated Von and Chris Summers getting together to like put in Asian Doll's face, as she was saying in the live video, and Von was with a whole other person and this and that, and she and Chris Summers go live and they talk about Von, and then Chris Summers was saying something about Von wrote her a song as well. The other day when bayZoo decided to upload to his story showing people that King Von was writing a song talking about how he don't trust anyone around him, that he's the type that they would sacrifice for a better living, Kayla B responded to this and she said that he should stop gossiping and pick up a gun. She knows the real deal and what's going on. She wrote this. It said, "Whoever uploaded that song, lame. Y'all so mad he was with me every day. Or I wouldn't know half the stuff I know, and I bet 100,000 y'all don't know." So she is basically saying that she was around Von every single day and he was telling her all the stuff about everything, ops, who knows, probably the bodies, all that stuff she's probably referring to. And she's saying that we don't even know what's going on. He doesn't even know, they don't even know, and that's why they're mad, because he was around her 24/7. She went off and said this because in the lyrics he said that he don't even trust his sister. Like, I think in the trust line he said something about not trusting his sister as well. So but that's something that people been knowing though, because even when you look back at all the tweets and stuff where he tweeted and said that Kayla gonna make me forget who she is, like she was doing all the stuff and she was chilling with Ops. Ops also used to be dissing King Von about Kayla all the time, and they used to say things like, you know, they've been doing this with her and that with her, and they would throw it in King Von's face. And we all know she's from 63rd. So by them things alone, that is like very important based on the life that he was living. I don't see him trusting her. Yeah, with certain things, but when it comes to like, I don't know, I just don't feel like he would have 100% trust her into telling her certain things. And she's obviously referring to bodies and stuff like that. That's the way the message came across to me, that she knows everything, what went on in his life and stuff, and all the people he smoked. But then again, she also been having a lot to say. Not only was she dressed weird on the night, she came out and made this 43 minutes video going up saying, y'all saw what happened to Von, y'all seen what happened to Von. Then she tweeted at Quando Rondo when he was doing the interviews with Angela Yee and said that if you're doing all these interviews, then you're better off going to the police. I kind of find that message, I kind of find that tweet a bit weird. It's like she's trying to say to him not to speak in those interviews. You're better off going to the police. I don't know why she would. bayZoo. So I stumbled up on this video here of this YouTuber telling people how he felt when he saw the 16 Shots interview with King Von from back in the day when they first came out and they did the song Beat the Body. It was him and bayZoo, and also Muna Duke is in Beat the Body as well. When I first saw that interview, I'm not gonna lie to you, I was getting a bit of a weird vibe from the interview of bayZoo being in charge of King Von at the time, the way they were sitting, even the stuff that he was saying. And when I read the comments of that person that did the video, people also was thinking his body language was a bit weird. But then when you look at King Von from the O and King Von from the Wick, is two different people. So back then, I think that's just probably the way he was back then, but I do 100% get the vibe of Little Durk probably did put bayZoo in charge of King Von, because Little Durk and Bonner wrote the song Beat the Body for both of them, bayZoo and Von, and the interview was around them beating the body, them having the song out, and it was stuff like that. And people say that bayZoo is Little Durk's kind of right hand man, and one time they came and got bayZoo in Little Durk's house. So I think 100% that bayZoo was in charge of King Von, was sort of managing him when he did the 16 Shots interview. And in the end of the song Problems, you can actually hear Von saying that he needs a manager. So at the time he didn't really have a manager, and I think after that, that's when Little Durk handed him over to track King Von's manager, the manager who did the interview with DJ Academics, and I think that's how it all happened. But back then I think 100% that bayZoo was definitely somewhat in charge of King Von and that interview. That's why he was like sitting beside him, and certain things that he was saying, he was kind of like, I don't know, I felt like he was more leading the conversation and Von wasn't really saying much. So Gleesh had his birthday party the other day, and that live that we saw with Louis and MuWop was at Gleesh's birthday party, and I think he did a live as well, kind of saying like don't let him see people walking by themselves and stuff like that. And then MuWop was like, you tried to run and you got stepped on.
Before no matter tweaking, walking by themselves, if you do, you just stupid. You gonna be dumb.
Y'all ain't even see the trailer. They try to run, got stepped on. Traffic moving in and out. I think it's a game on BD. Like Lucci. That bitch gonna get fired up, whatever. Hey, Tuck, that's off my. I was just with you. Came up. You right here in the same spot as me.